Alright guys, back with another video. This is Vigor Warriors 2, back with another episode. We're in the 1% Club. And today, as I promised, we're going to go ahead and look at this character named John Wayne. Now, John was a person who was an actor, played football at USC. A lot of his characters were really tough guys. And you see the masculine frame and aura around him. We're going to watch him for a few minutes here, and I'm going to stop this at different times just to kind of see him. Sorry about that. But this is from a movie called McClintock in 1963. But I wanted to kind of just look at the frame. Now, even here, you see him, his wide shoulders. He's acting very masculine, and I want to make sure we keep focusing on this. So we're going to play a few minutes of this, different types of settings. So you watch the walk. He's very confident in his walk. He's intent, but he knows where he's going. And so to see this more, let's see if we can kind of focus on this. And so let's move it a little bit ahead here. So here's another frame. When you look at him, you could see as he's commenting, you just watch his frame. He's looking at him and he's intense, knowing that this is the frame I'm looking at and that he is understanding that he's going to be doing something about this. And he's given bad news, but it can still handle it.
Handsome lady, kind of tall with red hair. Called me Mr. Birnbaum, just as if she'd never seen me before. And as if that veil that covered her face would keep me from recognizing her. I thought she would...
So again, he's looking like, okay, I understand this, but we'll deal with it. Okay? Nothing's ruffling him at this point.
I was in New York or Europe or someplace. So did I.
So once again, even though he's disappointed, he's not reacting negatively.
Jake, you better throw on a couple extra cases of the boss's favorite bourbon.
So now you watch this. He'll walk intense, and I watch it. Look at that intense. He's walking right next to him, right, a very strong, masculine type of walk.
Which reminds me, you better start tapering off.
So now going again, now he's talking about I was drinking too much, and he's basically telling him, and he's kind of moving in a direction and moves out. Okay. Now let's look at another scene here. When he goes into the room. Now I want to go back to this other scene for 1 second here. Let's go back here. He's walking in, and I believe this is the scene I want to get to.
Morning.
And so as he's walking with the ladies, and you can see that the ladies pick him up and talk to him, and basically all excited to see him. But he basically kind of moves ahead because he's really not there for that. And it shows a difference between a masculine type of person, alpha male, and a beta male. The beta male will be sitting there talking with them, and basically he's not caring about them too much. He's moving on.
All right. Morning, GW. What are you doing in here? Why aren't you out at the desk?
And so again, he's talking to them, very strong masculine type of talk here.
Helping out the bartender? Yeah, I see a busy day.
That's a bit more.
Give me the key to room 17. What?
And so basically, again, he's talking about a strength of character and kind of command, in command.
17 and don't advertise it.
Again, he's talking in terms of strength, and he wants the key to someone's room, but he basically is kind of saying, okay, this is what we're going to do. And once again, the masculine frame has confidence. You can see the confidence in him.
Here they come, Mr. McClenny.
And so, once again, a person who's confident is able to have empathy and be a giver like this, and that's what he's doing. Right?
Day off?
And once again, people talking to him, right? And basically kind of, they're searching him out.
Off day.
And so his response, obviously, woman says day off, and he says off day. And once again, he's witty, but he's also very much in command because his focus, guys, is not on chasing the woman. His focus really is on the purpose and things he's got to do. And this is what you've got to do to become a masculine type of person.
Wonder what he's so preoccupied.
Okay, so let's move ahead a little bit here.
No.
And let's go into...
Rebecca! Hi.
Okay, so we're going to go into... I'm sorry, guys. We're going to go into...
Set your plans.
And so let's look at this, and let's look at, here's a person who is obviously going to get upset with him, and let's see how he reacts to this.
Don't you feel kind of silly?
I never feel silly.
It's because you have no sense of humor.
And so once again, he's kind of reacting to her, not like, I'm a kind of a beta male and anything you want is okay. He's basically forcing, once again, his command of the situation. And though she may get upset at times with this, he still is becoming he's owning the frame. And we talk about frames, he's owning the frame, his own frame. And that's important.
Why couldn't we sit down in the hotel dining room and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about? Or why couldn't you just come over to the house?
And have everybody know that we're meeting.
Everybody knows, and what's the difference? We're married.
And so again, he's focusing on the idea that even though he is getting and raising his voice, he's still in command.
That is something I should like to change.
Now you see the response she get. She's obviously saying, okay, we're going to get divorced. Okay, let's see what his response is. Okay, so now he's throwing it away. Basically saying, okay, we're not doing this. And so we'll see how she responds.
You know the answer, Katie. That isn't why you sent for me.
And so basically, now he's calling her bluff and basically saying, okay, let's go ahead and talk about the real reason. So once again, his confidence level is very strong. He's not going to put up with the nonsense. And he's going to basically say, let's kind of get to the root of the problem here. And obviously, he's not blameless in his whole thing. But I want to kind of show you the communication of a masculine aura that we have here in John Wayne.
Let's get to the rat killing.
That's just the kind of remark.
And so basically, again, he wants to get to the main point and solve the issue. And we'll see what she says here.
That's always endeared you to me.
So again, now she's going to the point where she is criticizing him or kind of playing a little bit of a game here to kind of see his response. Let's see what happens here.
Let us open the discussion.
Very well.
Okay, and so basically, he's basically saying, okay, it's time to open a discussion, and that's where you're going at. So she's going to say, good.
Our daughter is coming home in a few days. Rather, she's coming here. It was just a slip of the tongue that made me refer to this ugly hamlet as home.
Our daughter. Is it so hard to say her?
And so again, he's basically staying his ground, and he's staying his ground.
Name, it's Becky.
Rebecca. I hate that name. Anyway, she's coming home. And I hope to persuade you to let her live with me. Part of the time in the capital, part of the time in New York, and, of course, Newport during the season.
You're whistling in the wind, Katie.
Again, basically what she's saying is that basically he's saying no. And again, once again, he's saying no to her. And obviously she's not happy about this. But again, it builds respect. And basically he's keeping his frame, as you can see. Okay?
If she stays here, she'll become just as crude and as vulgar as all of this country.
And so again, she's chasing after him. But once again, he's basically the one who is keeping his frame.
If she goes your way, she'll be all show and no stay.
And there you go, all show and no stay. Now there is an older quote, but basically talking about that the person is not really real and it's all kind of fake. And so once again, he's using that masculine aura. And that's why, guys, you say, if you have a level of confidence, you're not going to be afraid to say things and to be who you should be. And that's important because that's the person that's going to be your confident, your best person you can be. And that's important to look at. And so even though she's mad at this, it's obviously something that she respects. And basically at this point, then he's walking away. But you can see her reaction. She respects the situation. She respects the fact that he's got a masculine aura. Now, guys, we don't see a lot of this. We don't see this type of behavior most of the time anymore. And this is why I always bring up these type of things and why I like to do videos on people like this and Tupac and Bela Lugosi and people that you see, because this is type of frame that I think women expect and I think people expect. And we're losing that. And big problem is because people are not retaining, and they're not keeping their focus on bigger things, and they're focusing on, pictures and all this other kind of stuff that is not going to do them any good at all. And that's why we focus on these things. And that's why I kind of do videos on this once in a while.
No go, Kate.
And then basically no go. And again, he's basically standing his ground and basically saying no. And then he's going to be done, I think.
I hate you.
Well, see, now she says she hates him, but in reality, that's not really the emotion. Yes, she could be upset at this moment because of what he's deciding to do. But remember, the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is kind of, is just not caring. And obviously, if she's caring enough, she just can't understand why he's not trying to tell her she's right. And now she's really upset at this moment, but respectfully upset.
Oh, how I hate you.
Half the people in the world are women.
And so there you go. Half the people in the world. Now this is a comedy. He slams the door, right? Let's see what he does next.
Why does it have to be you that stirs me?
Hey, now there you go. See, now here's something that happens. See, now he took command, guys, and took charge of the situation. And you can see that that's something that makes a masculine man. Okay?
That's the story. I saw.
And see, that's the whole key, right? Yes, she says she's pushing him away, but then not so much pushing away.
Your picture in the paper at the governor's ball. You were dancing with the governor.
At least he's a gentleman.
I doubt that. You have to be a man first before you're a gentleman.
There you go. Now I'm going to leave the comment right there. So you have to be a man first before you're a gentleman. And I'm going to kind of leave it at this, guys, because I think it's a great comment to make. The idea, guys, is you can be nice to people and generous and everything, but you have to have that masculine frame. You have to have that idea of strength, and that's important. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, battle on.